So this is my retirement project. When COVID struck, there was no more motorcycling. I spent 20 years riding bikes around the world with my wife. And so I followed her around the garden with a wheelbarrow for a couple of weeks, and she told me to get my own garden. So 2 weeks later I bought this and went home and said, well dear, I've got a garden. It's quite big. It comes with a few gardeners, but it is a garden. I won't be in your hair anymore. And that was 6 years ago, and I'm still digging. It's just what joy just public art brings to people, especially children, but of all ages really. It's incredible to see it. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to try and generate something on a far grander scale down in Wellington? And, the main aim of each sculpture is to get people to understand it and to just get pleasure from it. And, of course, it's art. So your interpretation of a work is very different to mine and different to the next person's. But there's something in all of them. And, of course, the environment's quite hectic here in terms of weather. It can, it's a 4 seasons in a day thing, but we can get, some pretty cool winds here. And so quite a few of the sculptures are geared for that fast-moving atmosphere. And they're either kinetic or, you look through them to see the kinetic nature of the cloud movement and so on. So Touchdown's a Neil Dawson piece. It was just about the first one here. And Neil came out and walked the whole property with me. And what he noticed was feathers blowing down the fairways from, just all the birds around here. And so he did this sculpture. And the whole idea with it is to replicate the feather just being blown down the wind and, just touching and kissing the top of the hilltops as it goes down, which is quite difficult given it's 25 tonnes. It's got 142 tonnes of concrete and steel holding it up there, and a ton of paint to make sure that you can see it even in the gloom of, dusk and so on. So it's a magnificent piece of work that he's created here. And it's one of two he's done. He's done another one as well. And, each sculpture's got its own story.
Yeah, I've never met anyone like Gareth, actually, that is willing to put his money where his mouth is, not knowing what the outcome's going to be. It's a bit like if he believes in it, it's going to happen. And that's a lovely thing to be around. And I think what he needs is he just needs people to say, sure, what can I do? Tell me what I need to do. But everything you see, everything I see when I get here, down to the height of the shrubs, down to the view through the trees, down to the tiling, the colour of paint, the fabrics and the furnishings, architecture, and now even sculptural art design, that comes out of Gareth's own mind. So it's like, whoa, he's not only steering the ship, he's the guy also navigating. He's probably fixing the engines and painting the anti-foul on the bottom. It's incredible, one person doing so much, but he's the right man for the job. Yeah, there's quite a lot about Wellington in this project because Gareth and Joe are true Wellingtonians. They just love living here, and it's always fascinated me. They could have lived anywhere they wanted to in the world, but they love this place, and they could have also built something as special as this with the sculptures and all the beauty. They could have picked one of the already acclaimed areas of beauty, such as Queenstown, Wanaka, Waiheke Island. But no, they've decided that Wellington needed this, and they've decided to make this quite iconic place a true capital city thing. And I think that's great.